What if I told you that happiness isn't just some random feeling, but an actual habit you can master? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to hack your brain and rewire it for genuine lasting joy. As you're watching this, your brain is still running on a prehistoric operating system, survival software that's totally outdated in today's world. Your ancestors needed to constantly scan for threats, worry about survival, and remember every possible danger. What helped your ancestors survive is now betraying you. Instead of saber-toothed tigers, your brain fixates on work emails and social media pings, keeping you stuck in stress, anxiety, and unhappiness. But here's the incredible news that neuroscientists have discovered in just the last decade. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity, which means it can literally rewire itself at any age. You're not stuck with the brain you were born with, and you're definitely not stuck with your current happiness levels. Let me share something that blew my mind when I first learned it. There was a study done in Harvard where researchers followed people for over 80 years in the longest happiness study ever conducted. They found that happiness isn't determined by your genes, your circumstances, or even your success. Instead, it comes down to specific, learnable behaviors that anyone can master. The first happiness hack is understanding that your brain has an automatic default system. This is like your brain's screensaver that kicks in whenever you're not focused on a specific task. For most people, this default system is a highlight reel of worries, regrets, and anxious thoughts. If we don't address these thoughts, they will leak into our lives as we go about our day. And here's the thing, you can train your brain to think positively instead and rewire your thought system. Here's an example of how you do it. Every morning, spend 2 minutes doing what researchers call positive mental time travel. Instead of letting your mind wander to what could go wrong today, consciously guide it to visualize 3 specific things you're looking forward to. Make them vivid and detailed. See the colors, feel the emotions, hear the sounds. Your brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined positive experience and a real one, so you're literally preloading joy into your day. Let's imagine you're savoring a perfect coffee sip. You feel the warmth, inhale the aroma, taste the richness, smile with anticipation. Next, picture your colleague complimenting your work. You feel appreciated, hear the tone, sense the emotional glow. That's not just daydreaming, it's preloading joy into your day. Your brain treats these vivid future moments as if they're real, which can change how you feel and act in the real world. The second hack involves your brain's reward system and something called hedonic adaptation. Your brain is designed to quickly adapt to positive changes, which is why that promotion or new relationship gives you a temporary high before you return to baseline happiness. But smart people have figured out how to beat this system. The key is gratitude, but not the general kind of gratitude that most people practice. You know the one, where someone might say something like, "I'm grateful for this day," so vaguely. Instead, try being specific with what you are grateful for. Every evening, write down 3 specific things that went well that day. But here's the crucial part. Explain why each good thing happened and what role you played in making it occur. For example, instead of saying, "I had a good day today," you might say something like, "I enjoyed the conversation with the barrister while getting my coffee. I'm glad I asked how his morning was going." It trains your brain to recognize your own role in shaping positive experiences and disrupts the cycle of adaptation. Now let's talk about your brain's social wiring, because this is where the good stuff starts to unfold. Before we had smartphones and iPads, we used to live in small tribes where social connection literally meant survival. We have lost the importance of connecting with people on the daily, in our communities, and even in our own families. Your brain releases oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin when you form genuine connections with others, creating a natural happiness cocktail that no drug can replicate. But here's what most people get wrong about social connection. It's not about having hundreds of friends or followers. The Harvard study found that the quality of your relationships matters infinitely more than quantity. One deep, meaningful relationship where you can be authentically yourself will make you happier than dozens of superficial connections. When someone shares good news, don't just say, "Congrats." Instead, show real excitement. Ask follow-up questions like, "How did that happen?" Or, "What are you most excited about?" Ask them to tell you more. This kind of response, what psychologists call active constructive responding, sparks a chain reaction of positive feelings and deepens your connection. Over time, this turns into stronger social bonds for both of you. In her research, psychologist Shelley Gable identified 4 ways people typically respond when someone shares good news. Among those, only the active constructive style, responses that are enthusiastic, engaged, and curious, have been shown to truly strengthen relationships. Simply saying something polite or expressing mild interest doesn't have the same effect. An active constructive response might sound like, "That's fantastic, I'm genuinely happy for you." What happened next? This kind of reaction not only helps the person relive their excitement, but also builds trust, intimacy, and long-term satisfaction in the relationship. It turns good news into a moment that deepens your connection, rather than leaving it flat or unacknowledged. Your brain is a high-powered prediction engine. It's always using past experiences to guess what's coming next. Because humans used to rely on our instincts to stay safe, our brains naturally expect the worst. That's why many of our predictions tilt negative. The good news? You can retrain this system. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain can be reprogrammed. By paying attention to positive moments and building new brain patterns, you can shift your predictions to be more balanced and hopeful. Over time, you can literally rewire that negativity bias to make a happier outlook more natural. Start keeping what I call a wins journal. Every week, write down 5 things that went better than you expected. These don't have to be huge victories. Maybe the traffic was lighter than usual, or a difficult conversation went smoother than anticipated, or you finished a task faster than planned. This trains your brain to expect positive outcomes instead of defaulting to catastrophic thinking. Here's another powerful technique that targets your brain's meaning-making machinery. Psychologists have discovered that people who find meaning and purpose in their daily activities report significantly higher happiness levels than those who focus solely on pleasure-seeking. Your brain needs to feel like your actions matter. Try the daily impact reflection. Before bed, ask yourself this question: how did my actions today make someone else's life even slightly better? Maybe you smiled at a cashier, helped a coworker, or simply listened to a friend. When you notice how your actions positively affect others, it lights up the same brain reward circuits that fire when you achieve something meaningful. That leads to a deep sense of satisfaction and lasting happiness. Physical movement is another happiness hack that works on multiple brain systems simultaneously. Exercise doesn't just release endorphins, though those feel-good chemicals are certainly part of it. Physical activity actually increases the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which helps grow new neural connections and improves your brain's ability to form positive memories. You don't need to become a fitness fanatic. Research shows that just 20 minutes of moderate activity 3 times per week can significantly boost happiness levels. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Let's talk about your brain's attention system, because this might be the most important hack of all. In our digital world, your attention is constantly being hijacked by notifications, alerts, and distractions. This creates what researchers call continuous partial attention, where you're never fully present for any experience. But presence is happiness. When your mind is fully engaged in the current moment, you can't simultaneously worry about the future or regret the past. Practice single tasking. When you eat, just eat. When you talk to someone, just listen. When you walk, notice your surroundings. This trains your brain to find joy in ordinary moments instead of constantly seeking the next thing. The final hack involves understanding that happiness isn't a destination, but a skill you develop through practice. Just like you wouldn't expect to play piano beautifully without regular practice, you can't expect lasting happiness without consistently applying these brain-based habits. Start with just one hack that resonates with you. Master it for 2 weeks before adding another. Your brain loves consistency more than intensity, and small daily actions compound into massive changes over time. Your happiness isn't determined by your circumstances, your genetics, or your past. It's determined by how well you understand and work with your brain's natural systems. You now have the scientific tools to hack your neural pathways and create the joyful life you deserve. The only question is, will you use them? Thanks for tuning in. Let us know in the comments which hack you will try today. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like these.